So Jerry Jones recently went out onto ESPN First Take as he and the Cowboys hosted the show at the Star. And it honestly feels like this team does not care whatsoever, not only about the season, but more importantly, it just feels like this team has set an unrealistic expectation for the players and put them in these particular situations. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you have Jerry Jones coming out here saying that the offense, or more specifically the offensive talent of the team, needs to mask the loss of Tyron Smith, who apparently might return by the playoffs, but who knows if the Cowboys will be in the playoffs. And the thing that's so mesmerizing about this is there are plenty of Cowboys fans that will listen to that at face value and be like, no, stop. Stop trying to defend this front office and this coaching staff from the deficiencies that they most evidently show. You have this guy in Jerry Jones coming out trying to say, like, oh, we got enough offensive talent to carry, but you made your offensive talent worse. So it would be different, right, if it was like we are going into last season and Tyron got hurt. I'd have a completely different conversation. I'd be like, yeah, we're fine. But we're not that talented offensively like that. Because you got to understand, this team elected to move on from Amari Cooper. They elected to move on from Cedric Wilson. They elected to move on from Connor Williams and La'el Collins. And however these guys perform is one thing. But what I will tell you is that there is this idea that everything's going to be A-okay. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and say that everything's going to go to shit with the Cowboys, because I'm not saying they're a terrible team. And I have to say that because there is this misconception where if I say that the team is not good or isn't as good as last year, more particularly, people insinuate that I'm saying the team's garbage for some reason, which I've never said the team's garbage. I just said that the team is not as good as it was last year. You purposely got worse. You didn't have to get worse. You chose to do that. And now you are trying to sit here and have us buy into the, well, we got this offensive talent that needs to carry the way, which is annoying in and of itself. You are expecting your players, some of which with question marks surrounding them, to carry the load for a depleted offense, to put it lightly. And then you have a coaching staff that's refusing to play certain players because they feel like they're not ready, even though the tape shows that they're ready. That's not good. Not good at all. And then you have Jerry Jones coming out like, oh, well, we are still going to have Zeke as the focal point of our offense. This isn't the 90s anymore, Jerry. Like, the idea of having a big name running back carrying your team, not a thing anymore. In fact, Jerry said it a couple years ago, you don't need a league-leading rusher or lead the league in rushing to win championships. You know, and it's just funny because it just feels like it's just all for show, which of course it is. But again, it doesn't make any sense to me. Just more disappointment coming out of Dallas, and it's just like, I don't know what to say other than this Cowboys team has seriously dropped the ball. Jerry Jones is going out here making these bold proclamations, making this circus, and I'm just flabbergasted at him. You have this gish gallop of crap coming out of the Jones family, to act like everything's a-okay, and then you have all the fans in Dallas eating it up like a bunch of, like, zombies, pretty much. And I don't like this because we as a team, as fans, deserve better. I'm not saying this team has to do everything, like, I mean everything, to get to where we need to go. But all I ask is that we try. That's all that matters. Like, I'm not mad if the Cowboys don't get a certain player. I'm not mad if the Dallas Cowboys don't get a trade partner, like whatever the case may be. I'm not mad at that. What I'm mad about is the fact that this as a team, right? We are trying to build a roster, not even trying to sign free agents, not trying to trade to make the roster better, and then act like everything's a-okay. Then you have Stephen Jones, talking about all this dry powder we have, talking about how this team is in a situation where they can't afford to spend any money because, we got this contract coming up, we got this contract coming up, we can't do anything because we have this guy under contract. Just seems like a whole lot of excuses. Like, people want to say, like, stop giving excuses to the players for the way that they're performing. Why can't we why can't we just call out the front office for what it is? Everyone's more in line in calling out these players. Like, you're having your basic, your GM saying how, when you have a quarterback contract this much, you can't really afford to make moves like this, and you're trying to plant the seeds of dissent against your quarterback already. And that worries me because it tells me, as a fan, that you are more concerned about paying players or not paying players than winning a championship. This feels like you are more dead set on running a corporation that happens to have a football team than just a football team. And a lot of fans are not taking it this year. And I know several people that are my age that have known the Cowboys not to have that much success said, I'm done. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be me. Absolutely not. But there are individuals that have stopped, trying to root for the Cowboys because they feel like the team isn't doing anything in return. This isn't like if you don't get this player, I'm done. No, this is like you're not even putting out a product that I can get behind. You're more concerned about getting the views, the ratings, the $8 billion and whatever the hell than building a team. All I'm going to say is that all it's going to take is one bad decision, and it's going to cause like a good chunk of fans to be like, fuck this shit. Especially if you see a situation where your quarterback doesn't get re-signed because you feel that you've given him too much money. So that's where we're at. And I wanted to just say my piece here. I'm a bit under the weather, so no live stream tonight. But I will catch you guys in the next one.